What do I do if my knee cartilage is worn down? Have you been to see the doctor who did some x-rays who said maybe you had bone on bone in your knees, or that you didn't have any knee cartilage left, or maybe even that the meniscus was worn down? Well, we have some answers for you regarding your knee issues and your knee pain today. So first, let's talk about what the cartilage is. The cartilage is on the surface of the joint. So you have the femur, which is the big leg bone, and you have the tibia, which is the little leg bone, or littler. And the tibia moves on the femur. Now, what keeps that from being a bone on bone is that the lining of the joint is cartilage. And it's kind of like, we call it kind of like a sponge. So it just kind of absorbs the nutrients and then releases the nutrients, or not the nutrients. It absorbs the nutrients and then releases the exudate, the waste products, as it continues to keep itself healed and happy and healthy and spongy, which gives you the shock absorption when you're doing things like running and walking, or really anything you're doing standing on your feet. Now, on the tibia, this part of it, there's also these little rings that are called meniscus, and those are like the shock absorbers. So like when you're really like pounding hard, it helps to keep the joints from pounding hard on each other. So the meniscus is important for shock absorption, but the cartilage is what's really, really important to help those joints be able to glide on each other. And gliding is what we want, because gliding keeps us happy, and gliding is not painful. So what happens when your cartilage starts to get dry, right? That we call it like a sponge, so it needs to stay warm and happy and juicy. But what happens when it gets dry is that there's not enough good stuff going in. The waste products start to add up, and it starts to kind of deteriorate the sponge, basically. This is what happens. This is how you get osteoarthritis in your knee, is that this cartilage gets worn away and it gets kind of replaced by bone, is basically the easiest way to think about it. So now you don't have that warm, spongy, happy gliding going on in your knee. You have crunching, crackling, and often really painful knee joint. So if you've been told that you're bone on bone in your knee, or that you have osteoarthritis in your knee, or that the cartilage is worn away in your knee, what can you do about it? Are you destined for a lifetime of pain unless you decide to have a total knee replacement? Well, no. We definitely have other options before a total knee replacement, especially if you're under the age of 65. We really don't want, the medical community agrees, all of us agree, we really don't want people to have to get a knee replacement before the age of 65, because in general they last about 20 years. So we really want you to get as far as you can with just your regular knees, because if you have a knee replacement, and then 20 years later, what are we going to do to help you with your knees, right? So we want to avoid that situation. We want to keep you up and walking and mobile and running and all of that stuff well past 65, so that if you need a knee replacement, it will last you for the rest of your life, literally. So what we do here in physical therapy is we help to restore the joint mobility. So I was talking about the femur and the tibia, and how the tibia has to be able to move on the femur, right? We can actually restore that joint mobility, which will help to bring in the nutrition and help to get rid of the waste products and help to keep the cartilage as happy and healthy and all of that as possible. Now, if you've been told, I have no cartilage left and I'm bone on bone and there's nothing that can be done, I want to tell you, I cannot give you more cartilage, but I might be able to help you walk, exercise, run, all the things you want to do on a day-to-day basis, pain-free. So I had a patient come in And because of structural issues that they had in their legs when they were born, I mean, it was a genetic issue, they eventually wore away their cartilage on the inside of their knees and were totally, literally bone on bone. I saw the x-rays. It was bone on bone. However, only 44 years old. Can't get a total knee replacement yet, right? So doctor said, nope, can't do a total knee replacement at this time. You got to go to PT and you got to figure out how to get through life until you're old enough for a total knee replacement. What I realized with this person was that he was not able to bend or straighten his leg as much as he should be able to, and even as much as he could on the other side. And again, he had a genetic issue, and again, I can't change that. But even on the other side, he had more motion, which had the same genetic issue as the one that was having pain. So I was like, well, okay, what if we can get the painful knee to move as much as the non-painful knee, and let's see if that helps the pain to go away. Now, mind you, both knees were bone on bone. Both knees. So one was painful and one was not. But they were both bone on bone. So the only thing that was different is that one didn't move as well as the other one. So I said, you know, we need to get it moving anyway. Even if you have surgery, we need to get that knee moving because we don't want you going to surgery with abnormal motion of your knee, right? We want to make sure that it's moving at least as well as the other side before surgery. So it seems like a worthy goal to at least get the motion. And then if we got the motion, you know, maybe the pain would go away. Why don't we give it a shot? So that sounded good to him. That seemed like a reasonable plan. Is he did at least need to get the same amount of motion on both sides so that if he did have surgery, he'd be able to recover properly because everything would be where it was supposed to be. So it was interesting because as we got the motion back, his pain started going away. And the more motion we got back, the better he was feeling, the more he could exercise and do all of the things that are required to keep that knee joint healthy in the long term. Now, will he still potentially need a total knee replacement when he hits 65? That is potentially true. He has this genetic abnormality. But did we potentially buy him 20 years of pain-free exercise and living and being able to walk up and down stairs and being able to squat down while he's doing yard work? Yes. And I feel like if you can get 20 years of knee pain or put that knee surgery off for 20 years, then that's worth your time and investment right now. So if you feel like it's worth your time and investment right now to put off surgery as long as possible, or even see if potentially you could go without that surgery in the future, I encourage you to give us a call. I'd love to have a body chat and see if you're a good fit for what we offer here at Physical Therapy for Everybody. Our phone number is 425-658-4944. And if we decide that you're a good fit for us and we're a good fit for you, we can set up a free discovery visit where we have you come down to the clinic. We can do them virtually too. A lot of people like to come into the clinic during these times. It's nice to be able to get out of the house, and we have everybody stay 6 feet apart, and you know, we wear the masks and stuff. I don't wear the mask during the video, right, because that would be kind of weird because I'm just talking to a camera right now and there's nobody else in here. But we definitely wear the mask when people are in here, so no worries about anything like that. But if you don't want to come in person, that's okay. You can definitely do it online. We have a portal that it's much like Zoom, but it's a little bit safer and HIPAA compliant. So we can definitely set that up for your free discovery visit as well. You can get all your questions answered. I can get a chance to kind of see how everything's moving. And again, just to make sure that you're a good fit for what we offer here and that we understand what your goals are to make sure that that's something that we've seen before and we can help you with. So if you have any questions about how we can help you with your knee pain, feel free to give us a call. And if you're interested in the discovery visit, you can give us a call as well, 425-658-4944. Have a beautiful day, everyone.